Hello there, people of the internet. This right here, all wrapped up, this thing, that is a Steyr 8890, or at least it should be. No guarantees if it is actually that. But that is what I was expecting in the mail today, and that is what I got my hands on. So this is the version of Steyr. Actually, I have one right here. Look at that. I was doing videos with this the other day, so I have it. So this right here is hopefully what I should come to expect with what I have inside of this package. These right here are the old school straight pull Steyr Monlicker rifles that were chambered in the original 8x50 cartridge. No guarantees. Like this is sight unseen. I'm going to go ahead and unravel this on video so you guys get my full reaction to it. But I'm not expecting it to be complete. I'm not expecting it to be great, honestly. These guns, these particular ones that are coming out of the Ethiopia cache, this isn't RTI, but these particular ones coming out of the Ethiopia cache have seen very dramatically difficult lives. So I do have one that is in usable condition, and then I have this one right here, which is basically just a wall hanger. But that's fine because I run a gun channel and I enjoy showing things like this off. So this right here is a C grade. I got the last one that they had, and I was honestly pretty excited for it. So let's go ahead and have a look at this. And like I said, with it being C grade, I'm expecting not even this to be complete. And I'm also expecting it to be damaged. I'm expecting wood to be destroyed. I'm expecting rust and corrosion and all the negative things. So as we unravel this, this is how they normally come wrapped up in styrofoam. And we're just gonna delicately, well, it does look like an 8890 for what that's worth. That's the old school flapper locking system before the rotating bolt of the M95. Oh no, I'm bumping my camera around. Wow, they really tightly packed this thing in. Alright, so, first impressions from what I'm seeing so far, this is not that bad. Definitely much better looking than some of the other 8890s I've gotten. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, so, remember whenever I said that this right here was probably not going to be all that great? Well, now I have it out here in front of me, and we do have a little bit of damage on the wood. I will acknowledge that. We don't have much in terms of finish. That there would make a really good restoration project. I don't see, like, the normally on these rifles, the markings and whatnot, and the receiver and whatnot are just so pitted and worn out. And, well, you got little pieces that are normally missing, like the spring on the bolt retainer. This one right here has both the spring and the safety for the firing pin. Okay, rear sight, that looks completely intact. I gotta say, for a C grade, I am very impressed so far. I don't see any destroyed wood. Granted, the wood is worn out. You can see how worn down it is right there. But I don't see any cracking or breaking or anything like that. We still have, wow, look at that volley sight. Look at how pointed that is. That is incredible. This right here might be the best condition 8890 I have in my arsenal. Not bad for a C grade. We can see the remains of the AOI mark right there. At least I'm assuming that's what that is. Alright, let me cycle the bolts, which I can't do on camera. See how easy this is to actually cycle. Make sure there's nothing inside of it. Oh boy. Alright, well, she is not wanting to move. Let me try mortaring this thing. There we go. That got it out. Oh my goodness. Guys, unlike my other... Alright, so yeah, it's just caked in cosmoline. That's all this is. But unlike my other 8890s, this one actually has the extractor on it. Like, this is a contender for a good rifle. Look at the inside of that thing. I was expecting, like, a pile of rust, but no, this thing is, like, are we sure this is a C grade? Definitely an 8890. We can tell that from the action system on the back. Right there is our little flapper lock. So this is definitely an 8x50. I'm hoping that one day they'll mess up and send me a rifle in 8x56. That would be nice, but this right here is just a design that could not handle that cartridge. Speaking of cartridges, let me go ahead and grab myself... I don't have 8x50 Steyr, but I do have 8mm Mauser. This should give us a good idea of the condition of the bore, it looks like this rifle was taken care of, but let's find out. Now we still have a little bit of meat left on there. Let me see if I can angle this to where you guys can see that on camera. A little bit of meat, kind of, on that projectile. These right here are actually smaller projectiles than the bore itself, so we might see some life out of this barrel with appropriately sized projectiles. Hopefully we don't have a broken firing pin, but with the condition of this rifle, I would say probably not. And with how the grease is like kind of breaking apart on this, I don't think that this rifle was even opened whenever RTI got their hands on it. They probably didn't even bother looking inside of it. Speaking of looking inside of it, let me go grab my Borescope. Honestly, I probably should have grabbed that before I started filming, but, you know, hindsight's 20/20. Alright, now comes the important part. Let's go ahead and shove this bad boy into our bore. That does not look good. Oh boy. So that's not a good situation. Maybe, although this thing does look like it's in pretty gosh darn good shape, maybe the bore itself is just completely gone. Maybe the bullet not going all the way into the bore was just some crud that was inside the bore itself. Let's find out. If I angle this just right, there we go. Yeah, I don't see any rifling inside of this bore. Like, it is just a straight sewer pipe. Hold that there and show you guys the best that I can on camera. There is nothing in that bore. So that's not going to be an accurate rifle, but that's okay. I actually have a couple of 8890s, and one of them that is not serviceable has a rather good bore on it. So I'm probably going to swap the barrels on these, and I'll have myself a really nice example of an 8890 here. Typically, whenever you're getting surplus, well, a lot of people get excited whenever they're like, hey, this rifle's in good condition. Well, the rifles that were in good condition got used a lot more than the rifles that were broken. As a matter of fact, this one right here, this has a broken stock on it, and this is the one that has the good bore, because whenever the stock was broken, there was a battlefield repair, and then after that, I'm sure this rifle was set aside and used for parts, because it's missing a bunch of parts. So, because of that, I mean, the bore on this thing is still quite good, especially in comparison to other 8890s that are currently being brought in. So you get yourself a good one, and it was probably used way heavier than one that was just set inside of a warehouse and used for parts. So this right here is definitely a good one. I'm excited to see how well it's going to clean up. You know what? I haven't even function tested this thing yet. Let me close the bolt, make sure there's nothing inside the chamber. Close the bolt. It's definitely sticky and needs to be cleaned. Pull the trigger. Hold on, I'll do that on camera for you guys. Pull the trigger. I'm not sure if the safety is on or off. I don't know how these things work. It looks like it would be off. Alright, so we might have something going on with the firing pin system. Maybe. See, I'm not sure. I'm going to have to get in here, finagle this thing. Alright, yeah. That there is changing the springiness of the trigger. So we might have something going on with the safety. It doesn't look like this thing is functional, but that's okay. I know how they work. I can just get in there and finagle it to the point to where it's going to function. I'm just excited for the overall condition of it, because I finally have one of these that doesn't have any broken wood on it. Shame about the bore, shame about the functionality. That's probably why they labeled it as a C grade, but like I said, that's okay, because I have the means to be able to take care of that. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, share. The description below has a link to all sorts of stuff. Go check it out. You guys go off, have yourself a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. The poor man's Garen. It's a shame that bolt-action shotguns aren't more mainstream.